First of all, welcome to Berlin, and I can assure you Berlin is on fire to have you here today and tonight, though. Thank you for...
I love Berlin.
Yeah.
What's the most fun part of doing an action flick, and of course, what's the most challenging one, especially for yourself?
I mean, Chris, of course, has way more experience than me in action movies. For me, I had never done anything at this level and scale, and this much time to prepare, and this much, you know, this many choreographies and everything. It was definitely a step up into my own skills and abilities and discipline and understanding of the genre and everything. It was just pretty cool. And then I see the film and I'm also surprised, you know, watching other scenes that I wasn't there, and even my own scenes. I'm like, it looks better than how I felt that day. Definitely.
I mean, that really is the perfect microcosm. It's a challenge when you're filming it. The repetition, the exhaustion, the insecurity. You know, you do one take, you go watch playback, and you hate it, and you want to go again. And you know, you expect so much of yourself, but the satisfaction, the reward, is seeing the final product. And once they've, you know, fixed everything and made everything look as good as it possibly can, it's really a treat.
Yeah, I mean, the most fun part is the action, right? It's like I grew up watching action movies. It's surreal when you're in it. It's actually happening, you know, and it's just it's kind of like it's very cool. And the hard part was like staying away from the Russo Brothers tent when we were filming, because they always had like pizza and burgers and chocolate, and they were eating really good during this movie, and that's not really like part of the action. Like, you know, you don't want to do a fight scene on a belly full of burgers.
For wine, it was the hardest to avoid your tent with all the food.
That's right. We never avoid that.
Action is incredibly complicated on a logistical level. It takes a long time to sort of invent something that you feel is fresh and exciting and really speaking to the character in the moment of the narrative where the action takes place. That takes many, many months of sort of working out more on the writing phase. Then we start to collaborate with a whole team of people. Now the good news is we've been working with this team for a while, so we have a good rapport with one another, and we're able to really do some great work with one another. So it's really figuring out how do we make the sequence better? What aren't we thinking of? Where can we go to surprise ourselves? And it's a long process where we experiment.
And after 2 years, we are finally able all to meet again a couple of weeks ago. What did you miss the most of being part of all of this and all of traveling?
Well, you know, it's interesting with this film, because when the Russo brothers called me about doing this film, it was, you know, middle of a pandemic, during lockdown, I think. And, you know, movie theaters were closing down, film productions were closing down, and then the Russo brothers called and they were like, do you want to go on this globe-trotting, massive action blockbuster adventure? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then, but they were serious.
I mean, it's been an interesting journey. We always say it was a 25-year overnight success story, right? This is not, you know, we've been at this since the late 90s. But, you know, it's comfortable and fun to be in a position where you can get the stories made that you want to tell. We're very happy at the point that we're at in our careers, and we're just happy to make movies that entertain audiences.
Reckless mystery man you guys send in when you can't officially send anyone else?
The Gray Man. I think with something like this, obviously it's a massive movie. It's just like, you know, in so many respects, but I felt comfortable because it's the Russo brothers, and they've just been doing this for a decade at Marvel. You know, they make movies on this scale. This is what they do. They do it so well. So I just was on this one, just like go along for the ride, you know.
Lloyd. I got an urgent locate and destroy.
That could be fun. The man's got some street cred.
And of course you transform in every of your movies into a whole different characters. And sometimes I hope you are not even a tiny bit of this character, especially you, Chris, maybe, in this one. So you already mentioned how it feels to see yourself doing action movies, but how does it feel to see the final result, to see, oh yes, I really transformed into a different, whole brand new me?
You know, I feel like sometimes in every movie I start, like sometimes I'm not really sure what the character is like. Who is this woman? I just don't, you know, I think that creation, it's part of the process until the very last day, actually, because you keep working on that character and those choices with the director and the other actors when you're doing it. It's not a decision that you make at the beginning and you carry on with you no matter what. Things transform and things change, and you need to listen to what the other person is doing. I don't know, it's
Perfectly said. And that's one of the most frustrating parts of this industry. I usually find my character is about a month after we wrap. And I'm like, oh, there he is!
This is the guy I just...
Damn it!
Yeah.
But she's right. I mean, that's the fun of it, kind of trying to find it along the way.
Yeah, I think I told you the other day, I was looking into my things and I found this journal that I started writing on my first day of Knives Out. Didn't I tell you this?
Yeah.
And the first 5 days of the journal, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. What is this? Who is this? I have no idea, no clue what's happening today. Like, yeah, it's a process, and yeah. So it's kind of surprising also when you see it. Oh, this is this woman. You kind of like have a better sense of who this person is after.
Yeah, well, filmmaking itself is such a collaborative process. Theater, you know, it's just you and there's the audience and they're going to take whatever you're offering. Film, you might do 5 takes that all have different colors, and then the director and the editor, they stitch together the character. I've been a part of movies that sometimes the first time you see it, you're learning the character.
There is this big revelation
You're
of
like,
something in a dialogue that then doesn't make the movie. You're like,
yep.
there used to be something.
Oh God, I've had plenty of those.
Yeah.
And I think it takes some time to establish in this industry, so I would like to confirm you both did it. So people are having expectations. If you did great movies, they were very, very, very successful. So is there any pressure you feel doing the next one? Like expectations are high for The Gray Man. Can you just skip this feeling?
Yeah,
or
no,
we handle pressure?
we never. I mean, I don't know. Anth and I are hermetic in a way because we're a duo, and we grew up loving movies, and we have our own particular taste of what we like about films, and you know, it's also very self-reflexive. We like to make fun of movies. We have a hard time taking anything seriously. There's always an element of the ridiculous in everything we do, and that entertains us. So I think ultimately we make movies for ourselves in the hopes that, you know, other people will also be entertained by them. So I think we've never ever really felt that pressure. If you sort of look back at our careers, like we just zig and zag, and you know, there's never any response to the way that you know, the previous movie performed or the way that people feel about our movies. We just keep going.
What gave it away? The trash stash. It leans Lloyd. Easy.
Or how do you experience premiere nights or junket and premiere days like this? Do you have any premiere night routine from starting the day in a very special way, or how do you experience those days?
It's different. It depends on the movie. You know, it's like you never. It's just so different depending on the film. I'm excited about this one because I know this movie's a lot of fun. You know, so I feel like I know people are gonna have fun watching it, and we had fun making it. You know, so I'm excited for tonight.
Great. So enjoy Berlin. Enjoy tonight.
All right, man.
It was a pleasure. Thank you. Take care.